to the TokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is April 5th, 2025. Japan's Kyushu region is on alert due to a mid-level warning for the Shinmoe-dake volcano, which has shown increased activity. Authorities are advising the public to be cautious and stay informed, as there is a potential risk of an eruption. Residents and visitors are urged to avoid the area, although no evacuation orders have been issued yet. Shinmoe-dake is part of the Kirishima-yama volcanic group and has a history of activity. Japan is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it susceptible to volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Authorities closely monitor these threats to ensure public safety. Japan's average life expectancy reached 85.2 years in 2021, an increase from 79.4 years in 1990. However, the time spent dealing with health problems also rose from 9.9 years to 11.3 years. A study published in the Lancet Public Health analyzed data across prefectures, revealing a widening gap in life expectancy from 2.3 years in 1990 to 2.9 years in 2021. Okinawa had the longest life expectancy, while Aomori had the shortest. One researcher from Keio University suggested that the disparities between prefectures could be reduced with appropriate management of medical and social program resources. Hyogo Prefectural Police arrested 73-year-old American tourist Alan Randy Peterson for bringing a firearm into Japan, passing through Kansai Airport. After arriving with his wife from Hawaii at his hotel, he discovered the revolver and a small amount of ammunition when unpacking his suitcase. On boarding a cruise ship the next day, Peterson explained to the Kobe port authorities that he had accidentally packed the gun in his luggage. Police, then called, found his gun in his suitcase following a search. Peterson admitted to discarding the bullets in a restroom trash can, which were retrieved. Handguns are completely banned in Japan, and gun ownership is heavily regulated. But it makes you wonder how the gun got through airport security, doesn't it? Japan's Fair Trade Commission announced that Google and Apple will follow a new law for regulating IT giants and promoting competition in smartphone apps. The law, enacted in June last year, targets companies with over 40 million monthly users. It prohibits blocking alternatives in app stores and search engines. Apple and its subsidiary iTunes, along with Google, will not be allowed to stop other companies from offering alternative app stores or payment systems. Google will also face rules in search engines, preventing it from unfairly promoting its own services. Guidelines on this law will be released by December this year. In Japan, married couples must share the same surname by law, but many companies let women use their maiden names in the workplace. A Teikoku Databank survey showed that 64% of companies allow this, with another 7% open to considering it, totaling over 70%. Large companies are more likely to allow maiden name usage at 77%, compared to 61% for small and medium businesses and 57% for small companies. Reasons for allowing maiden name usage include respecting personal identity as well as maintaining professional relationships following marriage. However, companies against it cite increased administrative work as a concern. Japan's seafood situation is in some serious trouble. Catches of sori, or mackerel pike, are down by 80%, mackerel by 50%, flying squid by 55%. The mackerel situation is being called mackerel shock, forcing companies to import mackerel from Norway due to local shortages. Climate change is being blamed for shifting mackerel habitats north, as warming waters reduce plankton and make it difficult for fish to thrive, resulting in slower growth and fewer mature fish.
Efforts to farm mackerel face challenges, although aquacultured brands like Bose mackerel and Totori Sabachan are showing promise in the market. Even so, naturally caught fish are still crucial for supply. A research team from Riken and Osaka University has revealed the brain mechanisms behind placebo analgesia, where a fake drug can relieve pain. They studied specific rat brain areas linked to this effect using positron emission tomography, or PET. Their findings suggest that expectation helps reduce pain, which could lead to lower use of painkillers and fewer side effects. The study showed that manipulating certain brain neurons affected the placebo's effectiveness, with comparisons to human studies suggesting similar mechanisms. The results were published in the journal Science Advances in January. TG Natural Resources, LLC, co-owned by Tokyo Gas and Castleton Commodities International, has purchased a 70% stake in East Texas gas assets from Chevron for $525 million. This deal will strengthen its U.S. gas business and generate over $170 million in synergies. Located in the Haynesville Shale Basin, these assets are well positioned for LNG exports with positive investor interest. Tokyo Gas aims to enhance energy security by increasing LNG supplies from the United States to Japan. The assets are projected to produce 1.4 billion cubic feet of gas per day by 2030, with Tokyo Gas considering further investments in LNG liquefaction in the United States for future growth. Japanese chip maker Rapidus is in talks with major companies like Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, and Microsoft to mass-produce advanced chips by 2027, according to CEO Atsuyoshi Koike. A prototype chip line is at their plant in Hokkaido, has begun partial operations, and is expected to be fully operational soon. Koike noted that growing US-China tensions have created a demand for alternative chip suppliers, and although Rapidus will be 2 years behind industry leader TSMC in producing 2-nanometer products, they are confident they can accelerate their manufacturing processes. The Japanese government plans to invest 200 billion yen, or $1.4 billion US dollars, in Rapidus this year to support its goals for commercial production. Japanese police report an increase in crimes by foreign visitors with over 21,000 offenses last year, including theft and immigration violations. Vietnam leads with 3,990 offenders, followed by China with 2,011, the Philippines with 732, Thailand with 644, and Brazil with 578. Theft was the most common crime, with 9,103 offenses, including 2,252 shoplifting cases. Police noted that some offenders use social media to coordinate thefts from stores and send stolen items home. They plan to increase efforts against crimes by organized groups and are advising businesses to enhance their anti-shoplifting strategies. Japan's National Police Agency conducted a nationwide crackdown on online child sexual exploitation in February and March, resulting in the arrest of 111 people aged 14 to 68. This operation was part of an international investigation including Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea. Some arrests in Japan were based on shared information from this cooperation. The arrests included public display and possession of child pornography involving high school teachers, school lecturers, and students. The police agency said they will further their international cooperation to continue combating such crimes. Would you guess that listening to sad music can help improve your sports performance? A research team, including members from Tohoku University, studied how music influences ankle joint control. They found that joint angles were reproduced most accurately while participants listened to sad music, followed by neutral and upbeat music. This suggests that negative emotions may enhance performance in precise tasks. The team developed a system to measure ankle angles accurately and conducted tests comparing music types. This investigation on how emotions impact motor control and performance in sports and other areas can be seen in the journal Scientific Reports. A bust of a Japanese woman from 1800 years ago was unveiled last month. She lived during the Yayoi period and was in her 30s or 40s. This is the first face reconstruction of a woman based on the bones of over 100 human remains found at ruins in Totori City. The project began in 2021 by Tatsuhiko Hamada of the Aoya Kamijichi Historical Park, who previously reconstructed a man's face from a nearly fully intact skull, along with extracted DNA. He faced challenges finding suitable bones for the woman's reconstruction, having to sift through pieces from over 5,000 preserved bones to reconstruct her lower face.
That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending April 5th. These stories and more you could read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.